everyone. So I'm just trying to do like some JS Node.js lectures. I gotta do about 10 under my swear.
So let's go back to the request object we logged here. Now important just to keep that in mind. This request object is the object Node.js generated for us with all the data of the incoming request when we visited.
So essentially you have a request and a response in Node.js. And returns an object.
There's
Lots of data.
just data. These are also partly functions we can call and so on. So
There are functions or booleans.
see that, for example, we have some headers here. Headers, as I mentioned earlier, are metadata, meta information.
They have headers that metadata.
Here we see, for example,
They're for Wi-Fi, for example.
sent to you, the request was sent to you. We saw some headers attached by the browser.
The headers attached to the browser,
Response data should be cached.
so response data should be cached.
Browser we used for that request.
Browser you use for that request.
Once you would accept that we accept some HTML,
So this is HTML,
and so on.
and so on, including, for example, response.
Response actually minified to save bandwidth, and so on. There also was a cookie attached. We haven't learned about cookies yet, so later this was attached to the next
Google Analytics cookie. So what? And so on. And there's a lot we can gain from that request. But not too much. But there are only a few important fields that we need. The most important interesting field is URL. Let's output that. Let's also output more than one value by separating commas, request method. It's listening and request method. Wow. We'll talk about Space Jam later and how like that was a movie based on reality concerning basketball players who lost their balance when they were wearing earrings. What happened? Well, essentially the earring comes in and it affects with the a lot of things in the cerebellum, and that is a lot of organization. It has to do with wheels, impatience. You just want the answer right there and then. You just get frustrated, but like, hey, wait, don't get mad. You got to do this, this, and this. When I was working in a mob, I was working with this young guy, and the way his attitude was, his impatience, right? Looking back now, I can see it was because he was wearing two studs in his ear, and that's it. His attitude, because of that, it was more like impatience, like he wants it right now. So that's that. The earrings kind of move the universe, and it sort of gives you the most validated state. But if you're not careful, you're not gonna evolve past that mentality, because you're gonna feel very satisfied. And if you understand how Mark Zuckerberg thinks, his whole thing was invalidation based on his life, based on like the fraternity thing, and he just felt like he I didn't know how much that validated me being in a fraternity. I walked around. I went to different fraternity houses like Teak. I've been hearing about SIGEP from my cousin. So I'm like, well, I'm really gonna do this. All right. I saw the different fraternity places, houses. I was like, I went to the hottest girls in my comm class. I'm like, which fraternity are the where the hottest girls like to go to? They said Phi Psi. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna be a Phi Psi. And I went up to the Phi Psi house, and they were having a Playboy party. They had a really nice house. It was red and green. JFK Jr. was a Phi Psi, so no earrings allowed on over there. Like on your pledging, take it off. Like yeah. Then when I had this other necklace like with a garnet on it. During like a hazing, they took it off us. He took my Hodge. Like, let me take it off. I'll give it back to you when you're done. So he took it off. Well, I took it off, gave it to him. I remember like I got my eyebrow pierced because my mom wasn't there to like tell me not to do it. And like so another pledge brother, this kid named Corey, he got his eyebrow pierced. I got one too. And then someone said to both of us, you guys get off that, take the eyebrow ring off or get off the hill. You look like a janitor, right? So I took it off, and so did he. So we took it off, right? But there's a reason in validation. There's certain things that you can do with it. There's certain things it'll make you feel cool, look cool, and it'll get you validated. And in terms of speaking to women, it'll be easier, and that's really cool. I really like that. Alright. I'm gonna end this video right now. Listening. Wait. No. Let's make this a little bit longer. Hold on. It's basically so we can get information about a request. One crucial thing that is missing here is a response. Alright, so, based on that, you have request and response. They come in parentheses, and they return objects concerning an array, like information about the user agent, what kind of arguments it accepts, the cookie, what the cookie's called, things like that. So it's you have like this const server equals http create server parentheses request comma req comma and then space res and then close out parentheses, the equal greater than sign, and then you have an argument bracket, curly bracket that opens up console.log, and then one parentheses request req.url comma space req.method comma space req.headers close parentheses semicolon, and at the end of that, well, you have other stuff like res response set header dot set header. This is object oriented programming. All right, so you have res dot set set capital H capital H lowercase e a d e r open parentheses single quote capital C and then lowercase o n t e n t dash capital T lowercase y p e another single quote comma and then quote text txt / html single quote code one parentheses there and then semicolon, and then a few other response dot right. We'll talk about headers later on. Underneath that you have server.listen, and then it has like open parentheses 3000 and then close parentheses and then semicolon. And that 3000 is port 3000, right? It's listening to the response and requests on the server port, right? Alright, I'm ending this video right now. Thank you. Bye.